Welcome to Warsim Vets, host of the mission Warlords 2 Redux for Arma 3. Now, Warlords 2 is a direct sequel to Warlords created by Jezuro, who made the original mission. He took it upon himself to work on a second mission that was never released on official servers. He did put it out on Steam, and he put it out on message forums, where we grabbed it and started tinkering with it so that we could make it our own and improve upon all the things that made Warlords great. We took it to the next level and removed everything that everybody hates. So give us a few minutes, watch the video, you'll see the differences. Hope you enjoy. So first thing you'll notice when you log in the server and play on Warlords 2 is you're going to see this map is dramatically different from when you're used to. Now pay attention that you can't see where Blue 4 is at, the opposing team. You don't know what towns they have, and you don't know really anything about what the other team is doing. You'll notice the CP count is much lower on these towns than in the other version of Warlords. And the whole point of this is to reward players who are attacking towns, taking out targets, and decentivize people from staying in a base and just collecting CP while they're AFK. In other words, the free AFK you see in Warlords is a lot less in Warlords 2. And one last thing, the base location at mission start, randomized. Alright, let's take a look at the rearm mechanic. Still gotta have the rearm truck next to the vehicle, but here's the thing. You have to get out now. You gotta look at the vehicle you want to rearm, click rearm like you just saw, and you'll notice on the timer, you can't rearm that vehicle for another 5 minutes. This applies to everything in Arma now that needs a rearm. Now let's take a look what happens when you have to rearm an aircraft. VTOL, helicopter, jet, doesn't matter. If it's got pylons like this, put an ammo truck next to it, get out, look at it, click rearm, and you'll have this beautiful pylon rearm tool pop up. You select your vehicle that's near it, the Cashman.
Sector scan terminated.
You pick the pylons that you want to rearm with the weapons that it's authorized to use. And then you just go down the menu. How many? 19. Install the weapon. Make sure that you check all those boxes. You can even set it to who controls these weapon systems, pilots or the gunner. And you can actually see these things individually being loaded. You can repair it if you've got a truck nearby, you can refuel it, and you can just click rearm if you land it again. And guess what? That's right, you can change the skin color. And instead of having to do this every time, you can actually create your own loadout. You can call it Rocket Loadout, save it, and you're done. And since we're on the subject of aircraft, you know that annoying spawn system it had on the previous? Well, guess what? Now you can pick the airfield you want your aircraft to spawn in just by clicking on it on the map. And if that's not enough, no more aircraft landing and damaging themselves. They will spawn on the ground now next to you. So now we're in a jet, and a common tactic by some of the veteran pilots is to fly off the map at high altitude or way outside the map and then swoop in as people take off and ambush them from distances very far out. So this has been dealt with. As you can see here, as soon as a player flies off a map, well, the death spawn comes in, and if you're not careful, you die. So from the jet down to the infantrymen, you'll see one of the other additions that's small but has a big impact on overall gameplay, and that's the increased allotment of CP to people who are getting the job done. Taking out targets, capturing towns, all give way more CP than in previous version of Warlords, which in turn prevents the AFK people from sitting at base. So another small thing we did that allows for big gameplay changes, and that's we removed the ability to drop vehicles, aircraft on your coordinates, basically anywhere on the map. However, we did retain the ability to do that with infantry and gear. So with the your coordinates option basically removed for vehicles, you're going to have to figure out a way to get vehicles behind enemy lines sometimes without, well, driving for 20 minutes. And this is the way how we're going to get your back here. We put Advanced Sling Loading mod running server side, which means that you, the player, do not have to download anything. And if you kind of just follow the steps that this video is demonstrating, you can attach any vehicle to most of the helicopters. You gotta have some little bit of common sense when it comes to the weight. But if you use the big helicopters, you can essentially sling load anything, including this T-14 Angara. Moving on to the next, maybe not as important, but very nice to have, is the icons that permanently will stay on your map when you drop vehicles or crates, as seen right here. Related in a way, you can now Alt, Shift, and click with your mouse button on your owned vehicles, crates, and infantry to get rid of them right on the map. Now, let me put your attention at the top right. Sector resets. Those annoying trolls that like to do that, well, guess what? Now it's a team vote. Problem solved there.
Voting for the next sector.
Now this next one's pretty awesome. Thanks to Arma and its wonderful scripting community, we were able to use this earplug script, which fixes the whole loud vehicle problem. So another small feature, it's a faster day and night cycle, with about day being 2 hours and nighttime being anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. And as you can tell here, Revive has been turned on, trying to encourage more players to work tighter together when they're infantry. Hopefully that takes off. This one's pretty neat, created by Jazuro for Warlords 2 specifically, and that's the addition of your saved loadout and saving your loadout. So when you have a kit you like, you can just save the loadout, like here. It costs nothing to the player, and instead of loading Arsenal to Rearm, you just click your saved loadout and you'll get a charge of 500 CP rather than having to spend 1,000 every time. So that's the majority of the things that the server provides. There is still a lot more, and I'll put a quick list up so that you can see just how much more there is. We do a lot of things that are built straight into the mission, such as the view distance script that allows you to customize your views if you're infantry in a vehicle, aircraft, or UAV. We have a vehicle flipped option. We're always trying to improve the connected sectors. We also have a lot of running server mods in the background that help things like kicking AFKers and improving AI. The optional mods that we have allow improved sound, improved visuals, enhanced movement for jumping and climbing like you saw in the beginning. So come check us out. You won't be disappointed. We look forward to seeing you on the server. Have a great day.